Oh yes, that's the man here with us in the studios, Honorable Abejide, the governorship candidate of ADC for the Kogi elections. Good morning and thank you for coming on.
Good morning, Chamali. Good morning, Malpe.
Well, I know you say your campaign is going on smoothly, isn't it?
Yes.
So, but have you heard some people who criticize you saying, well, yes, the Honorable is campaigning, but his campaign is on media, that you don't have the foot soldiers in the state?
Thank you so much. Well, if it's on media, I wouldn't be a member, media only, or not on ground. I wouldn't be a member of House of Representatives. I contested first time under the platform of African Democratic Congress, ADC, in 2019, and I won. Then the party was not known in the state. I contested the second time, and even this time, the margin of leads, if you put APC votes and PDP votes, it's not up to half of my votes. I didn't come alone this time. I also came along with another House of Rep member from the same Kogi West that I come from.
So
out of the three federal constituency, now, yeah, my impact got to the next constituency next to me. And that was why Andy was able to win. And out of the three federal constituency, we're controlling two now. That could be worse. So if somebody say, I'm just on the media, and then you see me across the 21 local government, I have structures across the 21 local government. So what are they talking about? The result will show. I don't normally argue too much when it comes to this type of, where you are going to see the manifestation. When the result comes out, you'll be able to know.
So it doesn't matter if the governor is supporting the candidates from the central?
The governor has finished his term. It's about going. So even his support is even a problem for the candidate even.
Oh.
Because, yes, he has not managed the state very well. And that is why you see division. It was not like this before. We expected that this governor ought to have united the state. By now, people from East, Kogi East, will not be contesting. If you had picked somebody from his party in Kogi West, even me, I wouldn't have been contesting by now. So, because of the way he managed the party and managed the state, people are disenchanted. They are not happy. No groaning. Some now, just like a snake, you can't see the hands of a snake. It's inside the snake. So, but at appropriate time.
You don't have snake in your own party?
No, you cannot say everybody is perfect, but definitely I have majority on my side.
This talk of disenchantment, people always say that this happens to most governors in their second term, that people are always saying, oh, they're disenchanted, But, the truth of the matter is, he's been there for a while. How come no one was saying this while he was still governor? But he's still governor. What I mean is, while he still held sway before his second term started to come to an end.
People have been saying it. You remember during his preparation for second term, people refused that they will not allow him to come. It was a lot of pleads from different governors as at then. I was one of the people they pleaded with because I complained that in my own side, where I come from, there was no thing to show. I cannot climb the podium and campaign for him because if you are governor for 4 years, then you don't construct a single road from my place, you don't provide water. Even you see recently, just maybe yesterday or 3 days ago, that he announced that he's going to pay WIC or he has released money for WIC. I have been the one taking care of all this. So I've been paying WIC fees for both public and private schools in my federal constituency for the past 6 years. So people suffer, the parents, they will struggle to pay. There's no way they can solve it. And they are not getting their salary in full. Those who are working at the local government, some don't get at all, some are getting in percentage. Up to now, it's still the same thing.
Has anybody been able to really, understand precisely why that is? That's this salary issue. Because we also understand that he inherited a big debt burden in terms of this salary problems.
Yes, actually, in 2016, he inherited backlog of salary just 4 months. But Governor Wada, who left the stage then, made appeal to the federal government to get a bailout. I think the bailout was about either 50.8 billion naira to pay the backlog of the salary, to dualize Lokoja main town, and then to pay the pensioners and other things. It was not given because they thought he wanted to use the money for election. But immediately this current governor came in, he was given. But those salaries were not paid. And also, okay, the past political office holders, they were part of people he wanted to pay. They were not paid. Just recently, he paid 1 month for many months.
I think that was 30.8 billion, not 50, right?
No, they got that one first. They got twice. 30.8 and then 20 again. 50.8 billion. So to solve all this problem, if you go to Kogi State, you don't need to be told. When you see people that are okay, you will know. Those people, when you see them, you see their appearance, you see their lifestyle, you know that there's nothing to say.
So why is it then? I mean, when you look at the fact that there is a huge debt burden, I mean, Kogi is struggling financially somewhat, and you have this expectation. There will be a massive expectation on the part of the people for whoever it is that is coming in spite of the lean resources. Why would you say that we have so many candidates running to be governor of Kogi State?
Well, I have just told you, somebody like me, I wouldn't have been in this race if I picked somebody from Kogi West. Me, I'm running as a result of the pressure from my people that I have been doing well as a member of House of Representatives. They've given me something a little, and I have delivered. That if I have opportunity to govern the state, I'll be able to do better for them. As a member of House of Rep, I've done a lot of roads, my place, which is not even under my own schedule. It shouldn't be in my own jurisdiction. It will also be that of executive. But because they are not doing it, I have to venture into it and start doing it. So I'm running for this office to change the narratives that Kogi State is a civil service state. We have mineral resources we can use. We have arable land that we can also develop and make the Kogi State to be even exporter of sesame seeds, because our land grows sesame seeds just like in Jigawa State, in Nasarawa State, in Benue State. These products alone, this agricultural product alone, can sustain the state. Because I have tried it and I have seen it working.
You're a farmer?
I was not a farmer, but I did. Before I came into government, I was one of the major exporters of this SFC. So, and I know that it comes from the farm, and I know the farmers. And we are buying from Nasarawa, and we were buying from Benue a lot. So, and I checked and I gave the seedling to my people when I became House of Rep, and they planted and it germinated and came out with good seedling. And they started making money from there. So I see if there is opportunity to expand it, it can grow from there. Instead of relying on government to feed.
Was there an opportunity during this government?
Come again?
This government, did you reach out to them saying, look, this is a possibility? Did they refuse you? Did you go to them?
This current, they don't listen. Who are you going to reach out to? Even this white payment, when I pay for the 4 year, first, second year, I invited the Commissioner for Finance. And I told him, I said, why don't you people take this thing and be paying? But instead of this parent to go and be looking for money, that is only my federal constituency that are not paying for themselves. Other federal constituency, parents are struggling to pay. So they will pay 4 year, pass, 5, 6, 7. It's only this last year now And it's only for public school. The private schools are not being taken care of.
We know the Kogi West Elders Forum chose you. They say they endorsed you. But you have other candidates too. So did you reach out to those candidates and say, look, in the interest of, to boost the chances of the West, let them step down or agree to work together with you or something? Because if all three of you go into the elections, are you concerned that they may chip away at some of the votes that you may get from the region?
Definitely, I reach out to them. Even before I was endorsed, I knew that even though you talk to them, they will not step down because they belong to different political parties. So it's not very easy, except the party is involved before they now step down. But I want to say this. I had Brahman, Yinka Brahman, talking. He's a very young guy, and he was accusing the others of bribery, of corruption.
He said there's an allegation.
Where did they get the allegation? From my own background, I have never in my life, I've never gone to any police station. I've never been to any court. I don't do this type of backdoor thing. That is my own nature. And that's why you see, even when I was coming to politics, he said, I cannot win unless maybe you belong to this group or you go and meet this person or you do that. I said, no, power belongs to God. If it is the wish of God for me to win, then I will win. But me, I will never be part of those people joining courts. I'm a Christian. Not by mouth, I practice whatever I preach. And I will never do that. To go for somebody like General David Chemibeon, former governor of Old Western Region, and a young boy of 40-something years will be accusing them of corruption. What am I going to give to them that they don't have? And I decided not to even give anything to those others, because if I do it, they'll be thinking maybe, if they eventually pick me, they'll be thinking maybe I have induced them. I didn't give anybody anything. It's just because of my antecedent. If you know, Google my name, and Google Yinka's name, and know my antecedent, and know his own antecedent. Nobody has ever accused me of any corruption in this country, or anything. And I have been in my private sector, I worked in private sector, I now in public office. Nobody has ever accused me of duping. Somebody called me. The person is an Igbo guy. He said, okay, if you work hard, though, you win this election. I said, why do you say so? He said, because we see you as the most credible. I said, but you are not from Kogi State. He said, yes. He said, but there are some candidates. He said, one of them put him $100,000. I said, what did you do? He said, they did property business, and the money went on the treasury today. It was not, the guy did not pay him. So these are the kind of, people that want to govern the state. People who did this selection, they know what they are doing. They have seen me in the last 4 years in government. What is there in the House of Reps? Go and see what I've done in my federal constituency.
Let's bring in our colleague Ayo.
Well, Honorable, one of the things that bothers me when we talk about these issues of governance and all has always been how it directly affects the people, especially in the rural areas. Well, I know you mentioned that you've gone to all 24 local governments of your state, but speak to us about your plans for governance at that local level. You are not unaware of the issues a good number of people have all over the country about what governors do with first local government administrations and then local government funding. What will be your own action plan to ensure a more effective, independent local government administrations?
Thank you so much, Ayo. I said it in my campaigns. Most of the campaigns I did across the state, that first thing first, the local governments will be given autonomy. Either there's a law backing it or not, me, as a governor, I will give them free hand to operate. Whatever is allocated to them in terms of federal allocation will be directly given to them for them to function. You see, most local governments are dead just because the fund does not go to them. It goes to what they call JAC account. And in that account, the state money is there, the local government is there. So most of the governors will just take action of it and give it out to the chairman, the appointed. Most of them are not even elected. And this local government will not be able to pay salary. They will not be able to do even ordinary drainage. They will not be able to do because they don't have the fund. But in my own time, I will ensure that local government come back fully and function well and do well. So that there will be less insecurity at the local level. If you come to go to most of this local government, most of the youths who are supposed to be working in the local government, they are not doing anything, they are idle. And that is what is responsible for insecurity in the state.
Okay, if we can, yeah.
That is how we can develop the local government.
Yeah.
That is how the rural dwellers can enjoy.
If we can dwell on that a tiny little bit more, you're a member of the House of Representatives at this moment. So one is wondering, what would be your initiative? What would you be saying? Well, maybe I should put it this way. What do you think is responsible for the various state houses of assembly not agreeing to a full autonomy of the local government administrations in their states?
One of the things responsible for that is because if you look at most of the House of Assembly members, they are like the stooges of the governor. They cannot say anything against the governor. In fact, you know, I'm a member of House of Rep now. I can go to the agency oversight. I'm the chairman House Committee of Customs in the 9th Assembly, and also the current chairman House Committee on Customs and Excise in this 10th Assembly. So I can oversight my agency. Whatever they are doing wrong, I can challenge them. But in some states, especially in Kogi State, if you say you are a chairman of a committee and you go to a ministry, from what I heard from those who just left, before you go to the ministry, before you go back to your office, they will call them. They will call you and say, why did you go there? Who sent you there? On the executive arm of the government. So this is how the state has become. And when there is no check and balances, the governor will do whatever he likes. See, I'm not against having a cordial working relationship with your members, but allow them to function. Let them be able to checkmate you. And then whatever is due to them, also give it to them. I remember this last assembly that wound up in the state, the people from my side, I represent 3 local government. They didn't even dig one well, a well, not to talk of borehole, because their own constituency allowances were not given to them. They didn't dig a well. So they went and some came in with a very good name. By the time they were leaving, their name got spoiled. Because people thought they were getting the money and they didn't give it to them. Well, in truth, they didn't get anything. That's how it is. And that's how Kogi State is. Because I'm from there, I don't know for other states. I think other states like Lagos, they are doing very well. They allow them to function. Rivers, they are doing very well. But most states, it's like that.
Honorable, yes, the elections will hold. One person will win, others will lose. But I know you expect to win, of course. That's why you're in the race. But at the end of the day,
I will win.
You will win. Okay. We'll hear you. But yeah, the House of Reps right now too. But at the end of the day, you said this government didn't listen to some of the things you tried to suggest to them. In the event that the situation presents itself for you to suggest to the next government, would you be willing to work with them, whichever one that is?
I'm going to form the next government. I'm going to form the next government. I want to tell you that the election coming in Kogi State is not going to be about political party. It's not going to be about religion. It's going to be about who has the competence, who has the character, who has the reach, who has the knowledge, who has the experience, who has the connection. And in all this, if you look at the candidate that are presenting themselves, I think I'm the best.
Are you banking on any support from maybe the center?
I'm the son of the president, so you know that we are the Asuaju people. We are the real Asuaju boys. Right from time I've been with him. It's not today. You know, most of them you see now that I say they are doing APC. They were against us. They will, at a point in Kogi State, if you mention his name, they will go after us. Even me, a lot of things they did against us.
Who are they? Did they include members of the current government?
Yes, yes. You know all this. We don't need to deceive ourselves. Even this current governor contested against him. If other governors behaved the way Governor Abejide behaved, that's why he wouldn't have been president. Even though he was going to be president, it wouldn't have been under the platform of APC. When the other governor said they should allow the power to rotate to the south, he said no. And he said that it's a recipe for crisis if they try to take him out of the race. And they left him alone. He was alone. All other people stepped down. He refused to step down. So he was not part of us before. So it's just now that he became president, came and became president, they now run under him. No, we know ourselves. We know who is real.
So you are expecting some support from the president. What sort of support are you expecting?
The support I expect from the president is level playing field. That's all. Level playing field. Whoever is popular, let him win.
Okay, Honorable Leke Abejide, you heard him there. He's a governorship candidate for ADC in Kogi State. Thank you for coming on, and all the best to you and your team.
Thank you so much. And you congratulate me on Sunday.
Okay, but we have to congratulate Professor Ainaina now. He sent us an email, several other people. Well, he says, first, INEC cannot afford to fail Nigeria now. It must restore its integrity during these off-cycle elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states. Nigerians, he says, are still reeling from the perceived botched or failure of INEC to uphold election results to IREV. Hopefully, he says, INEC must put their house in order because Imo is a very volatile state. An election in that state must be seen to be free from any glitch in uploading results to IREV or manipulating results during and after election to avoid full-blown civil strife by outlaws or non-state actors.
Well, Chairman, I was reading a tweet by Professor Nakin. I don't know why Dixon Eckers, but let's quickly run through Dixon Eckers' email. He's talking about the presidential election. He says, we've heard the presidential candidates of the PDP and the Labour Party spoke at different times after the Supreme Court verdict, and it's reassuring that we may be having an opposition to checkmate the ruling party. Former President Buhari and President Tinubu were regional political actors and couldn't get to the center until they formed alliance and took the nation by storm. Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar should merge their structures and work towards a common goal. Greed and selfishness must be stewed with understanding of the power rotation of North and South. We need a virile, I believe that's his virile, yeah, must spell differently, and powerful opposition in Nigeria. Can't fault that. Let's leave it there.
Okay, so there you go. I guess that's it. That ends the show today. We do thank you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain, so goodbye.
I'm Mal Kwelgu, so thank you so much for watching.
And I'm Ayo Makinde. Have a productive day.